We have images showing us the new Nemesis train. The Stoke-on-Trent Live article released yesterday showed us two images showing what looks like brand new trains, but I think they're probably just refurbished trains, because nowadays B&M does vest restraints and everybody wanted to make sure we did not get vest restraints. We haven't got vest restraints, we have the classic over-the-shoulder B&M restraints. They are basically the same trains from what we can see, with a black frame and red restraints, which comes as no surprise to anybody. It matches the track that we've got. There are a few things you can't tell from the images though. We can see the seats, we can see the restraints, we can't see what the front of the train looks like, can't see what the rear of the train looks like, can't see what the wheel covers look like. So is there more theming to come? Will it also have the vanes on the train? What about onboard audio? I don't see anything in the pictures that shows speakers, but that wasn't a thing in the 90s, and a lot of rides now are starting to add onboard audio, and it adds that extra element. So what if the monster's roaring as you go around the track? Possibly to make up for the reduced sound with the track now having sand. Still worried about that one. There's actually quite a few interesting stats in the article. I'm going to read some of these out because these are quite impressive numbers. So since opening in 1994, 52 million people have ridden Nemesis. That's a lot of people. The trains have travelled 1.3 million kilometres, the equivalent of journeying to the moon and back, and then back again, or 32 times around the world. That's mental. That's almost as far as Alton Towers is from me in Edinburgh. So we've now got another piece of the puzzle. We've seen the track. Most of it's built now. There's a piece missing, and there's some rumours that it didn't fit and had to go back and get adjusted. Sounds like an IKEA problem. We have the track. We now have the trains. We've seen the exterior of the station. So obviously a much more dark approach now. John Wardley's hinted there's a bunch of surprises, but we don't know what those are. I have some ideas. I think there's going to be, almost certainly going to be a new soundtrack. That's a given. Is the waterfall returning? That used to be an iconic part, the red waterfall, and I know it's stopped because of environmental issues, but there are parks around the world who have coloured waterfalls. So have they got a more eco-friendly way? Was it coming back? Will that fit in with the theming? What's the backstory going to be? So we know, obviously there's been a load of stuff lately with the Phalanx, and we've got Nemesis Subterra back, but presumably the story is going to change around the main ride as well. What about the actual station itself, the interior of the station? There was some rumours floating around about possibly a pre-show. Now obviously there doesn't seem to be any enhancement to the station's size, so I don't think we're going to get a room like we have on Wicker Man where you've got pre-show. But I did see something the other day that was quite interesting. I was watching Coaster Studios in SeaWorld in Australia, and they went on Leviathan, and it has screens all the way up and down both sides of the station, and then the monster is travelling around these screens as you wait to board the ride. So could we see screens inside the station that make you feel like you're inside the monster? Maybe something that is, the veins and the blood pulsing around the station, maybe the monster itself kind of creeping around, maybe there's some eggs animated that are kind of hatching. What are we going to see inside the station? I think there's going to be a lot in there, and I think that is going to be much more heavily themed than it was before. It was just sinister lighting, but not really much in the old station. What about the name? A lot of people, myself included, have kind of latched onto this Nemesis Reborn name. Is that what it's going to be called? Will it still be Nemesis? Will it be Nemesis 2.0? Will it be Nemesis something else? We don't know yet. We've not had a name. We've not seen a new sign. Will it go back to the original sign? There's a lot of people missed that original kind of splattered sign versus the more kind of straight Nemesis logo we've had in recent years. Will it go backwards? Will it go forwards? Who knows? And also, what's all this Seek the Truth stuff? We've seen that kind of logo splattered around. We've seen Seek the Truth in the emails. We've seen it on the boards in the park. We don't know what that actually means, other than these kind of occasional emails where, we've got this supposed insider that's leaking information to us. So is there more truth to be released? I'm going to be in Towers in 3 or 4 weeks' time, and I cannot wait to see the progress. I've not seen the construction up firsthand. I saw a track in the car park when I was there the last time. A lot of it has now gone in, obviously. As I said, almost all of it, and they're painting the original pieces, the lift hill, the brake section. So I can't wait to see it with my own eyes. I've seen loads of pictures, but I don't think it does it any justice until you're there. I am curious, though, if we've now got most of the track, we'll obviously need all of it for this, but if we've got most of the track in place and we've got some new trains, when are we going to see it testing? There's people wondering if we'll see it testing for fireworks, Scarefest. I don't think Scarefest, because if we haven't got full track, test's going to fail. Not going to do very well. Fireworks, possibly. You know, I mean, last year at Fireworks, they had the big announcement, and that's when they shut down the ride. Obviously, we all knew it was coming, but they made a big song and dance about it. They had all the actors, and then they kind of quarantined it all. So maybe at the Fireworks this year, it's going to start testing again. Who knows? I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited for 2024. I miss Nemesis. It was one of my first coasters. I spent an inordinate amount of time in the queue for it back in the 90s, got to the end and bottled it, and then at the very last second got back on before the restraints were closed, and I've never looked back. That ride is amazing. I love it so much. I really hope it still sounds the same. You know, there's a lot of concerns with the sand and the track that it's going to be a lot quieter now, because that is iconic. That is part of Nemesis. But what's your thoughts? What do you think of the trains? What do you think of the track? What do you think of the station? What do you think they've still got to announce? What's the name going to be? Are you excited for it? Do you prefer the original? I know there's still some people out there who miss the original colour scheme, who think this is a bad idea. I'm really keen to hear your thoughts below. If you've liked this and you want some more news, hit that subscribe button, hit like. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios!